Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well, and welcome back to another thrifty video. Today, I'm gonna be covering what I sold last month. So this is now November, isn't that crazy? We're heading into Christmas. Does everybody feel ready? But I'm gonna cover what I sold in October. So October 2023 was actually my best month of all time. I am so excited to share these sales with you and share the work that's been going on in my business and what it's looking like, because I think that's super helpful to you guys to know and to hear, but also to show you guys. I'm gonna give you guys the top 10 best sales I had this month, plus a number of things that sold for $50. And I'm also giving you guys an update on how the selling on Whatnot has been going, because I know a lot of people have been asking about that. So it's gonna be a good video. I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna tell you guys the numbers, and then I'll jump into the individual pieces that sold for great money in those brands, which are super helpful to know. But if you guys like these sorts of videos where I do a breakdown of numbers and sales and all these things, then make sure you give today's video a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you wanna see more videos just like this. So I sold a record number of items this month for me, but it's because I've been integrating Whatnot into my selling. So that's very interesting. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. On Poshmark in total, we sold a total of $2,773. So that's a pretty normal month for me on Poshmark. What is gonna be changing is, though, I sold a lot less on Mercari and eBay this month than usual, but Whatnot is more than making up for that difference. So it's very interesting how your business can ebb and flow and which marketplaces are really giving you a lot of sales and which ones aren't. Mercari fell off for me completely. I sold one item this month for $34 on Mercari, but I included it in here because, let's be honest, we all want to know how everything is actually going. I don't know why I can't seem to be selling things on there, because I'm cross-listing with Vendoo the same things from my Poshmark to Mercari, and only one item sold. So that's so strange to me. eBay, I sold $367.43. Not a great month. $300 is not amazing on eBay for me, so I don't really know what's happening on that one either. But then Whatnot, as you guys know, I've been partnering with Whatnot on different videos, and I've been going to the bins and just finding the pieces that I would pick up to resell myself and then letting you guys buy them on Whatnot for starting at $1. But most things don't sell for $1. People will bid, and it's been going really well over there. So I sold 170 items on Whatnot, and I made $2,822 this month. I did 3 shows, so 3 different videos that I had done with Whatnot, and I sold 170 items on Whatnot, but I sold 81 between Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. So I also sold more money on Whatnot than I did on Poshmark, and I have never surpassed my Poshmark with any other marketplace. And so it's been a really kind of interesting development in my reselling, and I've actually been loving selling on Whatnot. I know not everyone does, and I know that live selling is not for everybody. For me and my personality and for what I enjoy doing, it's actually kind of a great mix where I am talking and interacting with people, but also selling things, which is literally like what I do on my YouTube. So very, very cool. So that was awesome. So between all those marketplaces, this has been my best month ever. I sold $5,996.43 this month. I'm so happy. I just feel blessed more than anything. I didn't really change a lot of what I did other than start selling on Whatnot as well. And so I'm really pleased with that. Also, is it killing me that I'm $3.67 away from having hit $6,000? Yeah, that kills me a little bit, but you know what? I'm gonna round it. I basically sold $6,000 this last month, which is amazing for me. I'm feeling very happy with that. And then my profit, so that is the total sales. That is before they take their cuts and their fees at those platforms. But after fees, my total profit was $4,657.65, which again is really great. Almost $5,000 in profit. I still will have to pay taxes on this, of course, but that's a great number. I'm really happy with that. And I am a full-time reseller, but I'm also a full-time YouTuber, so it's kind of like I don't have as much time for reselling as I would like to, because I'm also doing YouTube, but I love doing my YouTube. So keep that in mind. But also, I do want to say too, what I've also enjoyed about Whatnot is they only take 8% as a fee, where most other marketplaces take around 20%. So I sold the most amount on Whatnot. I also kept the most amount for my Whatnot. So very interesting. I'm not here to recruit you to try out whatnot if you really don't want to, but I am here to say that I didn't think that I would like it or that I would be good at it, and I have been really enjoying it. So maybe this is your call to try out a different marketplace, even if it's not doing live selling. Y'all, it's not for everyone, I know that, but maybe this is your call to branch out and try Poshmark, or branch out and try eBay, and maybe you'll see a lot of success on that platform that you didn't see on a different one, you know? So those are my overview numbers. I'm feeling real happy with that. So in total, what we sold we sold 251 items this month, which is like double, more than double what we normally sell. Usually I sell right around 100 items, and I've been increasing that average sales price slowly but surely. Whatnot things for me have been going for maybe about half of what I'd get for them on Poshmark or eBay or something like that. Sometimes less than that, but it's been a great tool for me to move items quickly. So if that appeals to you, use my code down below to sign up and try it out. But again, I'm not trying to force you to, but if you want to, that will also give you, I think, $15 for free. So why not try it out? Am I right? But let's jump into now the individual pieces that resold for good money this month. I only pulled items that sold for a lot of money from my Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, those straight marketplaces, not necessarily live selling, although I did have some live selling pieces, like a pair of UGG boots go for like $80 or something crazy. I want you guys to be able to use this portion of the video to know what brands will resell on those sorts of marketplaces, because I know that's what the majority of you guys are selling on. So let's start with the $50 sales, and then we'll go up to my best sale of the month. What do you guys say? Okay, let me scoot to the side, let's do this. Okay, I've got all my notes on my phone, so if I'm looking down, it's because of this. So I had 10 sales above $50, and then I had 7 sales at $50 exactly. So everything that I sold for $50, I'm gonna share it with you guys because I feel like those are good things to know. $50 sales are great, and they are a backbone of a business. And all of these then, so when I sell something for $50, I make $40 after the fees. So keep that in mind. The first thing that sold was this Vera Wang white, one shoulder, bow detailed, draped cocktail dress in black. It was a size 12. This brand does well for me. Vera Wang white and Vera Wang dress both have a good resale value. Vera by Vera Wang is not the same thing. This is actually more things that are sort of like David's Bridal and bridal boutiques, and more of like the more designer level. Vera by Vera Wang is a diffusion label. So that sold for 50 bucks. Next thing was the St. John collection by Marie Gray, pink and black houndstooth knit skirt, size 14. This I just recently picked up when I discovered this new thrift store. I've been enjoying thrifting there. It sold within a few minutes of me listing it actually, so that was a good sale. This pair of Nobles I sold, they were the gum trainer sneakers in dark gray, and they were a women's 8.5. These I picked up at a random thrift store over in Fishers, Indiana, and I sold those for 50 bucks. I actually found a pair of Nobles in the bins and put them in my Whatnot show. Those I think sold for $25. So half of what I could get for them, but also then somebody else can resell them maybe or get a great price on them. So I'm happy with being able to do that. Next is the Steve Madden tackle leather pointed toe sock boots in white, size 9. I got these at a Goodwill back in Maryland. So I think I paid like $7 for these, and they sold for 50, which I'm happy with. And then this New with Tags keepsake the label hold on ruffled lace mini dress is a size small. I got this again in Maryland, so I've had this for a little bit. I've had a lot of things for a little bit. I think it's about time that I go through and get rid of some of my older inventory, or at least maybe discount it, try some other strategies to move some older things, because I'm getting a lot of cool new things in, and those things are selling quickly, but I just have tons of bins of items that have been sitting for a long time, if you know what I mean. So next up is a pair of Doc Martens. These were the Sussex black leather lace-up boots, and they were industrial. 50 bucks, and we make 40. And then the last thing that sold for 50 bucks was this Sam Edelman Pembroke riding boots. They're in black suede and a size 10. I got these in the bins. So a bins pickup, we love to see in the top 10. But for 50 bucks, not bad at all. I probably paid about $2 for those, maybe at the most. So pretty happy with that. And now we're going for the top 10, the things that sold for above 50 bucks. It was number 10, this New with Tags and Other Stories Los Angeles Atelier knitted belted mini dress. Is a size extra small, which I think kept it from selling for more, but this sold for $52 and we made $41.60. I recently picked this up at a Goodwill here in my new area. I think I picked it up in Westfield perhaps. So that was a good pickup. I picked it up for $7, I think, after my 10% off. And so a great sale. We make about, like we make about $36 net profit, not too shabby. And then number 9 was this New at Tags J. McLaughlin. This belted button front dress is a size small. It sold for $55, so we made $44. This is something I picked up at my favorite thrift store in Maryland, 2nd Avenue. Literally, I have dreams about that store. So like, I wish I could go back. That was just, I never was disappointed. I always found amazing pieces there. This J. McLaughlin dress, honestly, is sold for more than I expected. I think that J. McLaughlin is a great brand, but I've had a lot of pieces sit, so I wouldn't recommend picking up all J. McLaughlin, but definitely doing some research. This piece was a really cute piece, so I decided to grab it. It was new at tags, so that was very helpful. My sale number 8, this was listed for 1 day before it sold. Again, I got it at my new favorite thrift store here in the area. It's this Bowden semi-fitted black blazer. It was a size 14, which is great. I also could feel that it was really high quality when I grabbed it, and so that's why I picked it up. I think it was like $5. But then once I did a kind of a Google search to figure out what exactly the blazer was, I realized that it sold for like, I think almost $200 on Bowden. And so I listed it, I think around like 75 or 80 or something. And I got an offer for $60 and I accepted. So $60 sale, I make $48, which is about $43 of net profit. So very, very pleased. Item number 7 was this New at Tags Charlie Holiday Sienna dress. It was a yellow gingham dress with puff sleeves, a size 6, and it sold for $65, and so we made it $52. This is a piece that I picked up at a Goodwill in Maryland. If you guys didn't know, I moved recently from like the Baltimore, Maryland area down to Indianapolis in Indiana area, and so I still have a lot of pieces that have come from anywhere in between the two. But that dress was really cute, and I think that Charlie Holiday is sold at Revolve, and so those pieces can do well, and it was new at tags. So $52 is what we made from that, and I believe I paid $7 for it. So I would say probably right around $45 net profit, not bad. Number 6 was another bins pickup. It was my first time and only time ever finding Christy Dawn. It was the May dress. It was in green. It was a tiered ruffled prayer dress. It was a size extra small with flaws. It had, throughout it, it had some bleach staining, and then it also was hemmed. So it wasn't maybe the most ideal Christy Dawn piece to find, but it still sold for $68. If this was a pristine condition Christy Dawn piece, maybe in a size large, I probably could have gotten over $100, probably more for it, but this one literally had stains and was hemmed. So $68, we made it $52.38, and I picked this up in the bins in Columbus, Ohio, on one of my trips between Indiana and Maryland. So I made about $50 on that dress, which is amazing for me. Number 5 was another more recent pickup, the Loeffler Randall Echo Jewel Embellished Sandals. These were in a size 9, and they came with the box. I found these, again, in Fisher's area of Indiana here, and I sold them for $68, and then I made $52.38. I believe I bought these for less than $10. I think like maybe around $7 is what I paid for these. So again, like $45 net profit, not bad at all. Number 4, as we're heading into winter, I'm seeing a lot of uptick in coats and jackets selling. Like this one has been sitting in my closet with little to no interaction for a good year. I picked this up probably in the middle of summer, and that's probably why it's been sitting for forever. But it's this Noise Akira long parka coat, and it is, I think it's a size large. But I picked this up at 2nd Avenue. I think I paid like $5 or something crazy for this, and it sold for $80. So we made $64, right around $60 net profit, but again, took forever to sell. So that was a big piece to move as well from across the country, but pretty happy with that number, even though I think I had listed at $150. I took an $80 offer because it's been sitting for a while. Then number 3, this was a more recent bins pickup. You guys might remember this. These sold, I think, within the day of me listing them. And they were the Salvatore Ferragamo men's leather wingtip Choco boots. They were brown size 11. And these sold for $85. I think that was my full asking price. So we made $68 from this pickup. And I grabbed this in the bins, my local Indianapolis bins, and made about $65 net profit and only took a day to sell, which is amazing. I love that. I wish all sales were that fast and that easy. Number 2, very happy with this one. This one also took a long time to sell, and then it sold right as we're heading into winter. So maybe it went to somebody in Florida, you know? But it was this new tags, Alexis Gray Swedish Charmeuse Silk Romper in medium. If you guys remember this, I picked this up at 2nd Avenue again back in Maryland months ago. And this was my first time finding Alexis to resell when I knew what it was. And this is the brand that inspired all of my brands lists that I've brought to you guys, because I passed on this Alexis dress in the bins years ago now, and I didn't know what it was because I hadn't known what the tag looked like. And so I've really been inspired to make brands lists for people so that they can at least hear brands and see the tags at least once or twice before they go thrifting, and then maybe you won't pass on pieces like I have in the past. But this Alexis piece, when I knew what it was, finally, it sold for $100. So I made $80 off of that, and I think it was like $5 at that thrift store. So right about $75 of net profit. And then my number 1 sale this month was a bins pickup from here in Indy. It was this Lululemon Extra Mile jacket in white, and it sold for $115. I picked it up in the bins here. I don't think I even showed this in a video, because when I grabbed it, I think, well, maybe nobody knew it was Lululemon, but I grabbed it and it was just covered in yellow, what appeared to be staining all over. And I washed this thing like 3 times. It didn't make it into any bins videos because I was laundering the crap out of this, and I got all of the yellowing out. It was pristine when I sold it, and we sold it for $115. I made $92 on that jacket and probably paid less than $1 for it. So $90 of net profit is nothing to sneeze at, and I'm very pleased with that. Again, since I spent so much time like working on trying to get it looking its best, I was really happy that it came out so well, and then I got a 5-star rating. They were super pleased with it. And yeah, I love selling Lululemon. I love selling things that I find in the bins. So I'm really excited to see that top 10 list really keep expanding with bins finds, because the Goodwill outlet, I love shopping there, even though it's been a little hectic and crazy lately. I'm gonna implement some new strategies to try to protect my cart and really just kind of lean into having fun there and not get as stressed out with how crazy people can be there. Those are my top sales of the month. This was my best month ever, and I've been enjoying using Whatnot as a great platform for me to resell items. If you want to try them out, follow my link down below, and that will at least give you guys some cash to start out with. If you want to sell on there, I think you also get a referral like bonus of money for you if you use my link, so that's great. If you're not interested in it, I don't want you guys to feel like I am a Whatnot channel, because that's not the only place I'm selling. So don't feel pressured in any way, but hopefully this has been helpful to you. Hopefully you've been able to learn some new brands, see some pieces that are selling, so then you guys can recognize those too. Let me know in the comments what pieces you guys sold this month, what sold for good money, what brands were really moving for you. If you had a great sale, share it down below. I love reading through those. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until the next video, bye.